Oh, by the way, fun fact. I finished Infinite and the Divine. Yes, Blood Rugs. I finished Infinite and the Divine. I'm not gonna lie. It is one of the best fiction books I have ever read in my life. Like, it's up there. It's probably top 10. It's that good. It's actually that good. I'll be real. I thought that it was gonna fall off, but it was that good. Will you make a video about it? I'm thinking about it. Better than 50 Shades of Grey? I have never read 50 Shades of Grey. Will you watch Invincible? Not today. Bro, how many books have you read? I've read a lot of books. And dude, it was fire. What part did you like the most? So it's basically 4 parts. The book is 4 parts. All right, don't pay any attention to that. That's not important. But anyway, the book is basically 4 acts. The first act is here, Infinite and Divine. And I spelled that like a retard. Infinite and Divine. All right, it's basically 4 parts. The first part is 10K year beef with a time god. All right, 10,000 year beef with a time god. That's the first part. The second part is I'm trying to think of a good way to like divide this up. All right, we'll just call the 4th part the climax because I don't want to spoil anything because it's genuinely a great book that you should read. It's not a 60 million year beef. So there's the 10K beef with 10,000 year beef with the time god. All right, then there's I'm trying to think how do I divide this? Like I feel like there has to be a better way to divide this. All right, well we'll call this part rivals, and we'll call this part alliance. That looks like aliens. Alliance. All right, so here is where he teams up with the time god in order to get where he's rivals with the time god in order to get to like the thing that they're after. And here is when he ends up being forced against his will to team up with his arch nemesis, the time god, to actually succeed. And then some crazy shit happens at the end. And finally, last but not least, the climax, which is so good it blew my mind. It is so good it blew my mind. Like, this book is fire. It's fire. You gotta, bro. It's so good. I don't read that much. I'm trying to get back into it. All right. The climax should be the best part. Yeah, I'll be real here. I thought that the 10,000 year beef was going to end up being the best part just because it was so fire. And then this part happened. And I was like, fuck, this is crazy. And then this part happened. And I was like, damn, that's wholesome. And then, boom. I don't know. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to spoil anything. I don't want to spoil anything. Did you read Wheel of Time? I read some of it. I ended up dropping it at some point. It's alright. So, one of the craziest quotes in the climax is, he says, like, they end up walking into a trap. And it's like, bro, we're so fucked. We're so fucked. What are we gonna do? I hope you brought an army. And he's like, oh, you fool. I brought 5 armies. Oh, dude, it's so it's so hype. The end is so hype. It's so good. Next, you gotta watch the Trace and Hammer and Bolter clip on YouTube. Yeah, I saw it. Someone in chat showed it to me. I brought 5. Dude brought an army of Necrons, an army of Space Marines, an army of Tyranids, an army of Eldar, and an army of like these crazy alien bio creatures. Like 5 completely separate armies that would never, ever work together, and he brings them all here, and he didn't even expect to be trapped. He didn't expect to be walking into a battle. That's the craziest part. Bro was that prepared, completely unexpecting anything to go wrong. Dog, that was crazy. All right, anyway, and also the Necrons are awesome. They're so cool. Do you think Mikola can fix the Warhammer universe? No. Warhammer universe is in big trouble. I'll be real here. I'll tell you where I think the future of the Warhammer universe is going to go. I do think that there's going to be like a big Imperium Necron alliance, because I think that somehow the Imperium of Man is going to say that the Necrons aren't considered another species because they're not organic life. I think that's going to be kind of their excuse. I think there's going to be like a big Necron Imperium alliance at some point. And I guess we'll see. Right now, Fulgrim is returning. Dude, I know. You're forgetting their history with the Men of Iron? I am not forgetting their history with the Men of Iron. I think it's something that they can grow past. And dude, the end of Infinite and Divine is also crazy. Basically, another insane finale to the Infinite and Divine is there going to be a sequel to that book? I feel like there needs to be a sequel. Trazyn ends off saying, trying to say, I want to figure out the properties of like the warp, like the properties of the massive Eye of Terror. And he's told, like, why do you want to figure it out? Do you want to close the rift? And he's like, no, I want to enter the rift. And it's like, ah! And then it just ends. Fuck. Anyway, let's get started.